Hi my loves, welcome back. Yes, this is the huge Hermes haul you've been waiting for. These are all the items I got from Beijing, and Hermes in China is just mind-blowing. You've seen from my previous vlogs, if you haven't watched my China travel vlog videos, I will link them below. But the abundance of stock that they have in stores is just crazy. They had drawers lined with mini Evelyns that you could just select from. If you wanted to buy a Pickerton in the loop, her bag, easily can buy it with no pre-spend. But can you buy a Birkin or Kelly from China? And the answer is yes, but you do need to spend. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video because I'll be totaling everything that I spent and telling you how much it cost me compared to if I bought it in Australia. I'll also be comparing the US prices as well. And yes, I have a Birkin or Kelly as a bag to show you at the end. So without further ado, let's get right into the reveal. All right, let's start off with what is in this box. So these shoes I have been wanting, and I didn't see this color in Australia. As I've told you in the past before, all different Hermes stores has different stock. And so sometimes Australia doesn't get a lot of it, but I got these beautiful pair of pumps. They are called the Kiara pump, and as you can see, it has got the Kelly buckle design. So this came out earlier this year. I have seen them in black, but I didn't want black. And when I saw these over there, I was like, yes, you guys know the Kelly is my favorite bag. And when I tried these on, they were just so elegant. This color is called Natural Clair, but it's very neutral. I know it's gonna go with a lot of my neutral colored Hermes bags. And what can I say? I'm a sucker for the Kelly buckle, and it's a really good heel height. Like, it's pretty low, so they are pretty comfortable. And they do come in a few other colors as well, but I really liked the natural ones. I thought they were gorgeous. So the price of these shoes were 12,950 RMB. And I'll put the US and Australian pricing down here too. And just so you know, when you shop in China, you do get approximately 10% back, and it's very, very easy to claim. I love how these look on my feet, and I'm so glad I could get this color because I couldn't get this one in Australia. Okay, next is not gonna come as a surprise. You would have seen me try this in my vlog, but in this box, I got a piece of ready to wear, and it is this gorgeous skirt. So it is also in a neutral colorway. I love the material, love the pockets, and the back is pretty plain, but I love all the detailing. Like, can you see on the top of the skirt band, it's all like cross-stitched, and that goes with the pocket design. I just think it is a really cute style in that slight A-line. It will go with a lot. It's quite a casual skirt, but it's not in denim. And yes, Hermes is pricey. So the skirt costs 14,600 RMB. Now, there is a reason why I bought a few things, because in Hermes China, if you want a bag, you've got to spend. But the ratio is lower than you think, and I'll talk more about that a bit later. But I think this skirt actually will go really well with my outfit and the shoes that I just unboxed for you. So I know I'm gonna get heaps of wear out of this skirt. So before we get into the rest of the Hermes unboxings, I have an insider exclusive to share with you all. Now, you guys know I have worked with IDYL for years now, and this year, I don't know if you've noticed, but they have really stepped up their game. They released 4 limited edition capsules, and then they were gone. Even I missed out. They were so exclusive. And because everyone's been asking, please, can you bring them back? I'm so excited to share with you. Just for this Labor Day only, these collections are back, but only for 3 days, and it's up to 20% off. You get a free luxury gift, and then I don't know if they'll ever bring them back. And one of the ones that I absolutely love and I'm wearing right now is this beautiful pair of IDYL earrings. So what makes the IDYL so special, in my opinion, is the design. I love the 3 oval bezel cut diamonds. They actually graduate in size and then they just sort of like cascade up your ear. And that little bit of movement, it's like it's just kind of like dancing. Also, because my 25 wedding anniversary ring upgrade from last year is oval, this one just felt very personal. But also, since I do have multiple piercings in this ear, I think we should add something else. So the other one that I picked, love the IDYL packaging, and that's just the other side of the Adele earring because I love these. I wanted a pair. But this little design is this cutie here, and this is called the Cecile. I'm going to put it on. So for those of you that aren't familiar with IDYL, their designs are just so versatile. So you start off with a stud and you can pick different add-ons to add to it. And this is part of their Dream collection. I'm going to put it in, I think, my 3rd piercing. Let's see how that looks. There we go. What do you guys think? I'm just looking in the viewfinder. Oh, I love it. So what I love about the Cecile is that you can spin it whichever way you want and it kind of changes up the look, but subtly. So let me just rotate it here for you guys now. So now I've just turned it inwards. And then if you want as well, you can even use it as a little crown and then put a little dangly earring on. So it is just such a versatile piece. It's just delicate, but slightly edgy, but just gives your ear a little extra sparkle. It is so different to the other jewelry pieces that I own from other high-end brands. Like, don't get me wrong, of course I love my Van Cleef and Cartier, but I just think IDYL is very special. Well, not only are they modular, they're just timeless and you can wear it your way. And the level of craftsmanship and attention to detail they have, I have a greater appreciation for, because a bit later on, yes, I actually visited personally their Antwerp Atelier and my mind was just blown. Just even how they select their diamonds, they're so picky. I can see why they have that amazing sparkle. So right ear, tick. So for those of you that only have one piercing, don't worry, you can still create a layered ear look. So if you look on my left ear, I only have the one piercing. And I've got a couple of pieces on here from IDYL. I've owned them for 2-3 years now and they're my faves. So sticking with the pear theme, this is the Kaya. I wanted a little bit more of a bolder statement because I just love how it just frames the earlobe so well with those beautiful pear cut diamonds. And then this ear cuff is one of their best sellers. It's the Power Ear Cuff. And what makes this so good is you don't need a piercing and you can just move it up and down the earlobe like this. And it's just a great way to create an ear stack without adding extra piercings. But also, what's come back is their limited edition cuffs. This is such a genius idea. And this one here is called the Astra ear cuff. And I picked the emerald cut because, again, on my ring, I have emerald. So what I plan to do is I actually want to stack this on top of the power cuff. So let me put this Astra ear cuff on the top and show you what that looks like. There we go. I love that. So I have done that just to make the cuff a little bit more chunkier. So that's just a little tip. I mean, just how you layer clothes, right? Don't be afraid to layer up your ear stack. So that is how you can achieve a layered look, even though you only have one piercing. And then lastly, I can't forget my neck, right? So what I have on now is my VCA Sweet Alhambra mother of pearl necklace, and it's just so dainty, it's delicate, but it needs a friend. So the last piece I want to show you, again, part of their limited collection, is this beautiful necklace. It's called the Cherry Choker. It's got 5 pear-shaped diamonds and they just sparkle like crazy. It's so, so pretty. And I think it's going to look beautiful here. So let me quickly put this on for you. Yay, that is exactly how I had imagined it. This mother of pearl VCA necklace, it just gives it a little glow, and then you've got this sparkling droplets of diamonds just underneath. What do you think, guys? I really like it. I think together they feel really balanced and fresh, like really timeless, but still modern. If you've been looking for a necklace to layer with your favorite pieces, I think this one is just gorgeous, and obviously not at the exorbitant prices. Yes, we do overpay for our Tiffany and Cartier VCA, but this one is just priced so well. So whether you are layering multiple earrings or stacking up your cuffs or stacking necklaces, you can create a look that feels personal and still so luxurious. So remember, all the pieces I've shown you are part of their limited edition capsule. Thank you to IDYL for giving us this exclusive. So you've got 3 days and it's up to 20% off. So grab them before they're gone, because I don't know if they will ever restock these collections again. So I'll link my favorites in the description box below. And when I take you through the tour, I think you'll understand why their pieces are just next level. Okay, let's move on to some more Hermes unboxings. So in this little box, again, I don't think it's gonna come at no surprise because I love this so much. And let me show you what it is. So this is my favorite belt of all time. So this is the Kelly belt, and I am a huge fan. I own it in so many different colors, and usually you only see the Kelly belt in Epsom. Well, all of mine are in Epsom leather. So when I saw this one, this is in a dark brown. I have been loving dark brown so much this past year. I just thought, yes, I need to get it. And then it's got the gold buckle as well. And the reason why this belt is my favorite is because, yeah, it's just adjustable. So you just pull it to make it smaller or bigger. And I just wear these belts so much. That's why I own them in so many different colors. Every single time I go overseas, I take at least 2 of these with me. Just say you're starting your Hermes journey, I think this belt is a great purchase. You'll get a lot of wear out of it. So in terms of this one, the leather is in hunter leather. So first time I've seen it, the color is a bean, so a very dark brown, and it was 9,450 RMB. So again, another piece I know I'm gonna get so much use out of because, yeah, I already own so many of them. Okay, next is something in this box. And let me just open it and show you what it is. So this one I wasn't 100% sure about, but I know that if I'm gonna get Hermes shoes, I have to be a lot more pickier because I've made some mistakes in the past. It has to be one of their classics, and I am talking about the day sneaker. So this one hubby actually owns, and he finds them so comfortable. And the reason why I ended up getting this was because I just loved all the stitching detail all around the shoe. I feel like that made it a little bit more different. And again, classic white sneaker you can't go wrong with. This one is not that heavy. I have made a mistake in the past with my other white sneakers from Hermes, but I know this one is pretty light, and when I wore it, I thought it was very comfortable. Now, because it's in all leather, it is more expensive than the regular version. And also the other reason why I got it, yes, I'm a little bit of a sucker, but these were also not available in Australia. And I didn't even see this on the US website. Maybe it's in stores, I'm not sure. This one, as I said, it was a bit more expensive than the regular one. Let me check the price. Oops, sorry guys. I was thinking the day sneaker. I didn't mean the day sneaker, I meant the bouncing sneaker. This is the bouncing sneaker. And they said here's the Chevron Blanc, and it was 12,950 RMB. So that is the second pair of shoes that I got. This one, I would have to admit, was used to make up the quota. The skirt when I tried on in the first store, I was already gonna get. The Kelly belt, easy gonna get. Those shoes I wanted. Things from my list I already wanted. This one I wasn't looking at, but when I was sort of browsing in store for what I'm going to reveal what I wanted, this was enough to get me to the quota. So I went to two Hermes stores, and in the first one, I saw this mini Kelly. It was the studded mini Kelly. It is really rare, but I was able to buy it, but you had to spend a 3-to-1 ratio. And you might think that's not too bad. Sometimes I have to spend 3-to-1 to be offered a Birkin or Kelly, and this was a really rare bag. But as I said before, I find China prices to be higher than Australia, and already this mini studded Kelly was so expensive. So I passed on that. And then I asked to see the Constance Ilan because I've been really enjoying my Constances and I don't own that shape. So this store, they had a croc Constance available. This one I could just buy outright, didn't need to spend a cent. But I also understand that that's in croc and it's a lot more expensive. The other two that they showed me that I could pick from was a classic black Constance Ilan, and the other one was in green misty. So beautiful neutrals. I was very tempted. So the ratio that the sales associate told me that I needed to spend there was 0.7-to-1. I'm just using a round number, for example. This is not the price, but just say the Constance Ilan was 10,000. 0.7-to-1 means you have to spend $7,000 worth of other Hermes items so that they would sell you the bag. And again, the Constance is not officially a quota bag in Australia. So I was like, I like it, but I'm not sure. And he was really nice. He wasn't pushy at all. And I asked if I could buy a Birkin. And he said, yes, but you need to spend 2.5 times to 1. So to say Birkin's 10,000, you got to spend 25,000. And I wasn't sort of desperate. And he was really good. He goes, go check out our other Hermes store. It's much bigger. It's 2 levels and see for yourself. I thought that was really honest of him. So in the first Hermes store, I didn't buy anything. So then I visited the second store, which you also saw in the vlog, and I just couldn't believe the amount of stock in there. A lot of people just coming in wanting to buy, a mini Evelyn or just say an in the loop bag or her bag. And I showed you guys in the vlog, and a lot of you were just as shocked as me. The sales associate just opened the drawer and the customer was just looking in and picking through. I think there was about 12 different colors or options available. And that has never happened. Like if you want a mini Evelyn in Australia or US, yes, of course you can get it, but usually you have to wait a little bit, or if it happens to come in stock, you could get it, but they usually might have 1 or 2 colors, not like 12 different colors that you can choose from. So I was already blown away at that. And then so many of the other bags, I'm not talking about a Birkin or Kelly, you could buy outright or just spend a small ratio to get it. And so when I inquired about the Constance, interestingly, I was quoted 0.5-to-1. So to spend $5,000, if the Constance cost 10, then I would be able to get it. But there was another bag that was high on my list that I requested for. So I will go into that in a bit. Just as a little clue, was it a Birkin or Kelly? I also picked up one little Twilly. The funny thing was they had so much stock of everything else, but their Twilly selection wasn't great. Whereas in Australia, we have a huge Twilly selection. So in here, I got this Twilly. And as I said, I think I'm just really into browns and everything at the moment. And I saw this and it's sort of like brown, but the reason why I got this is because I think it will match my Mador bag really well. And I want to experiment with it because it's only a handheld bag and put this on and sort of make it a shoulder bag as well. So I thought this would be a really great match for it. The price of the Twilly was 2,050 RMB. So the other bags that I was offered and I could buy outright was the in loop bag 18. I showed you that in my vlog. I was very tempted to get that in brown because it was in the Faubourg leather and it was just gorgeous. But since we were heading to Europe, I wanted just to see what else I could find in Europe. And then the other bag, which I turned down, which became available, that was the time, I hinted in the vlog, I was kind of browsing and the SA said she might have something else for me. So they couldn't bring it out. They just told me what it was and the color. It was a Birkin 25. It was in black with gold hardware. And look, I know that's a combination that is so popular and people are probably thinking, why did you turn it down? But I already have a black Kelly in 28. I have a Birkin 35 in black as well with silver hardware. And I have a lot of 25s. And also the price of the Birkin I found quite a lot more expensive than in Australia. In addition to that, I needed to spend a 1.5 to 1 ratio. And that is actually considered pretty low. But I just didn't have more that I wanted to buy from the store. Like already with these shoes, I'll go through all the totals later. This just made up the ratio to get this bag. But the other one, I would have to spend a lot more. I didn't love it. I didn't really want another black bag. So I said no. But I was very, very, very tempted, guys, because the other thing that I was going to buy, and I'm actually really glad I didn't buy, I did try a couple of their diamond rings, but I also know I can get them in Australia or in Paris. So if I bought that, it would really just to be make up the quota. You know, I love my bling with my earrings. But yes, anything with diamonds, with Hermes, it just becomes so much more expensive. And will I buy in the future? Maybe. And although the craftsmanship was excellent, I just didn't love it. And talking about craftsmanship, you know how earlier I said to you, this trip was really exciting because I was the first creator IDYL invited to go to Antwerp, and I just got to see how it all works. You guys know I love doing these behind the scenes, these atelier tours. When I did it for Moina, in Paris, when I did the French Riviera 7RP, a lot of you just love seeing how the product was made. So I will show you that now. So during my time in Antwerp, I had the most incredible experience visiting IDYL's Atelier, where all their jewelry is made. The minute I walked in, the co-founder Ornella personally took me through the whole process, and I was just blown away by the amount of detail and care that goes into every single piece. First up, we went to the production department. It all starts with design and 3D modeling, making sure that every detail is perfect before moving forward. Next is sampling, and I actually spotted a few pieces in development that immediately caught my attention. Guys, I am seeing some huge ass diamonds here, which I'm getting super excited about. Does that mean there's going to be bigger studs?
Yes, we're working on it.
Is this testing?
It's testing, and then we'll see if we launch it, but I think we will.
It's beautiful.
I think,
guys, don't you think that'll go with my stack?
I think it will be perfect.
After that comes diamond picking. David, who is the COO and with over 35 years of experience, personally inspects each single diamond to ensure they're identical in size and top quality. Next up, we move into the atelier, and this is the goldsmith, again with over 30 years of experience. You can see him here pre-polishing the setting before the stones go in. This is such a labor-intensive step. Then comes stone setting, which honestly shocked me how time-consuming it was. You can see how carefully the setter works. He's placing one stone at a time. I actually looked through the microscope, and it's just such detailed work. He has to make sure every diamond is perfectly aligned and completely secure in the setting. And you can just see all the tools he uses. From then, everything goes through quality control, which is actually done by Ornella's dad, which I thought was so sweet. He is so particular though, and nothing leaves the atelier without his final stamp of approval. So are they all good, Dad? Good?
Very good. Very good.
And finally, preparation and packing, which is handled by the loveliest team, including Ornella's mum. They were so busy when I visited. You can see an order being carefully packaged here, and I have to say, I love their packaging. So Ornella's mum is also very particular, which I actually love, because it means every detail is perfect. I even packed an order with her, and luckily it passed her standards.
Okay, that's a finish. Good job. If she's happy, it's a good sign.
What really stood out to me is each piece passes through 8 different hands before it reaches you. The level of craftsmanship honestly feels like luxury, but the jewelry is designed to be worn every day, forever, at such a reasonable price point. This visit honestly gave me a new appreciation for IDYL pieces. Now when I wear them, I know just how much work and love goes into making them.
So I hope you enjoyed that little snippet. Just thank you so much to IDYL for inviting me. And it's so nice that the Mim family gets this exclusive. We get to see behind the scenes where all the magic happens. Finally, my big reveal. What do you think is in this box? I am so excited to show you what bag this is. And you You might have guessed already, but this is the bag that I wanted and that was on the top of my list. And it is, dun, dun, dun. This, guys, is the Kelly Ilan. And I love the Kelly bag. You guys already know that. Since this came out, I have been wanting to add this to my collection. Now, Australia, I have seen one, not in the étui, in the black. And this bag, it does come with a strap. So let me just undo all the dust cover and everything. And inside here, it comes with this strap, which you just attach on. Let me quickly attach it now. Okay, so you just thread it through and then there's just a button which just snaps this into place. So it is in Madame leather. So I don't own a bag in Madame leather. Madame leather is very similar to Epsom, but the grain is a little bit finer. It's still a stamped leather, but it's definitely softer than Epsom. And maybe I'm on the étui train right now, because last year I added my mini Mador in étui, and now I'm adding the Kelly Ilan in étui. I have been really wanting to add an Ilan style. I also tried on the Della Calavera, I hope that's how you pronounce it, and I only like that in the Ilan. Again, that's another bag I could buy, but I didn't. And I also really like the 2 Constance Ilans I was offered. But guys, for this bag here, the ratio that I had to spend was about 0.5 to 1. So I thought that was really reasonable, because all the items except for the sneakers I was going to get anyway. So it made sense. And let me share the price of this, because this was definitely more expensive than in Australia. So this was 86,800 RMB. This is like a pretty hard bag to get, and it's almost treated like a quota bag, even though it's not officially a quota bag. But for me, since I'm an Hermes collector, I really wanted to add to my Kelly family, and I'm missing the Kelly Ilan. I'm only going to add one, but I really love this silhouette. And inside, look, there isn't, you can see the depth. It's not that wide, but it is spacious enough. I found that this one was a bit more spacious than the Constance Ilan, and I just think it is so chic and I just love it. I also bought the Twilly because it goes with this bag so well. I think the color matches really nicely, and I am a big Twilly fan. So now let me quickly go through, as I promised, what is the total of everything I spent compared to USD pricing and Australian pricing.
These are all the items that I bought from China. These are all China's RRP prices. These are the prices in USD and AUD. Now just note, for the Kelly Ilan price, this is an approximate price in AUD. Also, for the bouncing sneaker that I bought, I couldn't find my exact version in USA or Australia, but I do have the regular version, the price comparison here. So in total, I paid 135,500 RMB. However, for tourists, you do get approximately 10% back. So then the total I paid was 121,995. And this equates to approximately 17,105 USD or $26,182. Of course, with US residents, you've got to add tax. So I've just got an approximate figure here where I've added 8% tax. In Australia, our tax is included. So to summarize, China is more expensive in terms of RRP than the USA by approximately 7%. However, if you claim the tax back and you bought the exact same items, you would save approximately 580 USD. And then for Australians, China's RRP is approximately 12% higher than Australian RRP. However, once you get your tax back, it is about the same. So that's how I got my calculation. So basically, all these items I bought in China, after I got my tax back, it is what I would have paid if I bought the same items in Australia. Now, bear in mind that my calculations do not include any customs or duties taxes if you are to bring it back in your country, because each country varies on what that percentage Advantage is. So all in all, for me, I paid around the same. But China's advantage is that one, it has so much more stock. And two, if you want a Birkin or Kelly, you can get it right away if you spend the required ratio. Or if you wanted to get any of the other bags, most of the time you don't need to have any pre-spend at all. So I hope that helps, and feel free to take a screenshot of this.
So that is it, my loves. That is my entire Hermes haul. I love each piece. So don't forget, if you're interested in any of the limited edition pieces, act now because it's only for 3 days and it's up to 20% off. You get a free luxury gift. You already saw how the product is made. It is just exceptional. So you will just love it because you can just slowly add to it and just build up your collection. And get ready for Amsterdam vlog. And also, yes, I have got more Hermes surprises to show you. So have a fabulous day or night, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye guys.